Hey guys, I'm back again with another holiday ale review. This time we have Port Brewing. It's a local brewery of mine, 20 minutes down the road in San Marcos, California. If you don't know Port Brewing and Lost Abbey are basically the same brewery. Lost Abbey is their Belgian style side of the house, and then Port Brewing is, the rest of the stuff. This one is Santa's Little Helper 2010 vintage barrel-aged Imperial Stout, aged in oak bourbon barrels, coming in at 12% ABV. Now, you may have seen Santa's Little Helper in the store, and it has a green label, and the green label is the one that's not barrel-aged. So this is the barrel-aged one, 2010. Couldn't get a hold of 2011 this year, it sold out really fast. So let's get it into a bottle. I've been waiting an entire year to get this into a glass. I got this last year around this time, and finally taking it out of the cellar. So let's give it a pour. Got smoke coming out of there. I'm giving it an aggressive pour because a lot of my friends have mentioned the head retention isn't that great on this, so I gave it a fairly aggressive pour. It's got just a tiny bit of head on there, like almost a ivory cream kind of snowy white head on there with lots of big bubbles in the middle, already dissipating off the cap. You get a little, if you're familiar with brewing, you kind of get a hot break where now you see the beer through the cap. It's dissipating nearly completely. The color's like swamp water. Looks like a cola, swampy, a little bit muddy color, slight haze on there, like a brown ale. And let's see if we can get some aroma. That's awesome. Oh, if this is anywhere near where it smells, it's going to be fantastic. Unlike the regular green bottle, which is the non-barrel aged one, this has tons of sweet malts, lots of, it's really barrel forward, lots of charred oakiness there, a tinge of vanilla sweetness, almost like a vanilla kind of extract deal going on in the nose. Fantastic, fantastic nose. It smells a little bit like whiskey and bourbon. Alright, let's give it a shot. Even after a year, it's still a big, big beer. Definitely a sipper. 12% alcohol comes through in every bit of it, but it's not offensive. It's just, it hits you with a really big tingle on the front of the palate with just a little bit of warmth, and then it just goes down, and you can feel it all the way down as it coats your throat and into your chest. Stays here in the middle a little bit, lingers a little bit. Let's talk about the flavors. A little bit of fudge type, kind of ice cream sundae, more of a caramel sweetness, a ton of sweetness on the front, sweet malts. You got a little bit of roastiness, not as chocolatey as I would have liked it, and it's a little bit smoky, more like tobacco leaves in a cigar box, something like that. It's really pleasant. I'm really enjoying this. I'm glad I waited a year because last year, right out of the bottle, it was super just in your face, and it's mellowed out quite a bit. It could probably use another year to get some of the alcohol out of there, because you do get a little bit of the tinge of the alcohol in the front, and again, the warming is still with me, and it stays. It's a big, big, big beer, but very impressive. I haven't been really too impressed with Port Brewing stuff. Their older viscosity was pretty good, but I think this one takes it. Don't get a lot of holiday spice in there, but a really well blended, well made Imperial Stout. Got alcohol feet on the glass. The only downside to this is, I would say, is I wish there was more head retention. To to kind of keep the volatiles in while I sip on this, because this is definitely a sipping beer. And if it was just a tad easier to drink, you know, but this is definitely something you could sit in front of the fireplace, have a really long conversation with, or read a book, and just take mellow sips of it. It's not as thick as it would seem at 12% in a barrel-aged beer. It's kind of on the medium side, but definitely got a little bit of bitterness on the finish there. Really well-rounded Russian Imperial Stout. I'm impressed, and I wish I had another bottle, but this is the last one. So if you guys can pick up a vintage bottle, or if you guys can find the 2011, grab it, throw it in the cellar for a year. Wait till next year. They're really harsh when they first come off the line, but with some age, you're gonna look for some really good complexion. Guess that's the end of the review. The dog said we gotta go.